Great to have you here, Matt. I'm happy to have you as my interview today. I'm Kitty Hartmann and the current chair of the Public Relations Committee. And we decide to have more information about our great history in PNF. And Matt, you have had the chance to meet Maggie as well, and you served for so long time for the IPNFA. So welcome, and great to have you here.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first question will be, what was the time and your impression when you meet Maggie in the course in Heidelberg?
So I am physical therapist since 72. And first I worked 1 year in the military hospital, and after that I went to a big rehabilitation center. At this time, in the Dutch education in the school, physical therapy, we didn't get no PNF, maybe 5-6 hours, no more. So in 76, I was sent out by the clinic to Heidelberg to learn more about spinal cord treatment. In this time, Heidelberg was one of the biggest and most famous centers in Europe. And all the physical therapists were working with PNF. And this was my first contact, really contact with PNF. And in 77, the clinic invited Maggie Knott to come to this clinic to give a course, a 1-week course in PNF.
Mm-hmm.
And I was one of the maybe 22 students. Inge Berlin and Frau Bart Koolhozer were assisting Maggie. And it was not a nice week for me, to be honest. Why? So all the other course members had a lot of PNF experience, and I didn't have it.
Okay.
So I was a worse student. And it was a hard week.
Yeah.
And I met Maggie as a very strong woman with a typical behavior, let's say like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned in this week, I learned about a lot of the philosophy of the PNF concept.
Great.
This was my first meeting with Maggie.
Yes. And you told me already that she didn't really talk about the correction during the course, right?
Yeah.
What?
When she came along the tables and to give a correction, she was always saying this is good or this is not good. But she wrote on a little paper, memory paper, she wrote some words and put it on your body. So you took it away and you could read what was the comments of this problem, what we did in this course.
Yeah,
It was
maybe.
funny. This was quite funny.
Yes, maybe this was the start of the yellow slips we all the time have had in Valeo time. When you have a yellow slip in your folder in your car, then you know, oh my God, something was wrong and you have to fix it, the problem, right? Great.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
So, but I'm very happy, even if this week was not the best week in your time, you go ahead with PNF, and then you went to go later on as an instructor. Can you tell us a little bit more this time?
Yes, I can. Most of all, I saw the benefits of the PNF concept during a 1 month stay in Heidelberg.
Yeah.
This was a year before I met Maggie. I was for 1 month in Heidelberg, and all the physical therapists use the PNF concept.
Yeah.
And then you see what are the benefits.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came back to the clinic, I knew there were courses in Bad Ragaz
Mm-hmm.
for learning PNF, and I went to Bad Ragaz several times.
Yeah.
I don't remember how often, but maybe 4 or 5 times,
Yes.
maybe less, to learn about PNF.
Mm-hmm.
And we did the basic course and we did the refresher course. The refresher course was with Sue Adler. And after that, you could go on with the education of a PNF instructor if you want, and if you are good enough to do it. So I did together with Dominique Beckers, my colleague, also in the clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And we went several times to Bad Ragaz, and at least I was a basic instructor. And I have a look at my paper. If I see in 1984, I
Wow.
became a basic PNF instructor,
Wow.
and I started teaching courses in Germany, and it came more and more and more. I didn't teach really so many courses in a year, maybe 3 courses, not
Yeah.
more, because I worked in the clinic.
Yes.
But I could combine this
Mm-hmm.
by working full time in the clinic and giving some peanut courses.
Great.
So after some years being a basic course instructor, then an advanced instructor, and at least a senior instructor.
Yes. Yes. And this is this is so great because we know each other, I think, since 1990 when I was finished as an instructor, and we start with the official foundation of the IPNFA. But I was really, really happy that you was the first senior instructor in my time when I start my senior education. So, and then from this time, I know you much more, and was even more happy and proud that we are able to teach together, and learned a lot with this time. So it was a course in Bad Nauheim, very hot summertime. You remember, right? Yes,
Remember now.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
yes. So, but you also now are author of the PNF book. And how many languages this book, your course script, is now translated? Amazing.
Yeah, nowadays we have, I think, 18 or 19 different languages.
Yes,
The
amazing.
next 2 months, it's coming out the French edition,
Wow.
and then I think we covered, yeah, not all the languages where our PNF courses taught, because I heard now also in Indonesia
Yes,
there's taught some courses, and it's not translated in Indonesian, but in two Chinese language, Korean,
yes.
Japanese, whatever, Russian
Amazing.
even.
Amazing.
When
Amazing.
we were teaching in Russia, but this is ending now. I
Yeah.
think so.
Yes.
Yeah. In
In
this language,
1984, you said, was the instructor, your instructor course together with Sue Adler,
yeah.
and it runs also 13 days. So
Yes.
it's a long time. And can you tell us a little bit about Sue? Because Sue was, we can say, the person who take over the education from Maggie, and unfortunately she also passed away already, so we cannot ask her directly. But this is, I think, pretty good to talk about Sue Adler and her courses and her big task she did in the IPNFA, right?
Yes, 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 sure. Um, Sue was a person with a very positive attitude.
Mm-hmm.
That's first of all.
Yes,
She was teaching in a positive way, and also judging about course members, and
yeah.
also about us. We were six people in this course who to become a PNF instructor.
Mm-hmm.
So it was totally different as today.
Yes,
First
yes,
of all, we had a very we had a basic course
Mm-hmm.
by ourselves. We did a refresher course. We did another refresher course, and then you could start with your
Instructor type.
IPNFA instructor.
Mm-hmm.
And after maybe two basic courses and refresher course, we were teaching with Louise
Yeah.
and Aya Verenschik.
Yes.
Then you could do this instructor course.
Yeah.
And we were with again we were with 6 people.
Yeah.
And after this week, the 13 days, he became your instructor if it
Yes.
was okay.
Yeah.
And Sue was a very positive person. She
Mm-hmm.
was um, instructing you in a positive way, but also very
Yes.
correct. And
Yes.
if it was good, it was good. If it was not good, it wasn't good. But
Mm-hmm.
also with a positive way of,
Attitude. Yes.
yes.
Positive
Yes.
attitude. Yes.
And Sue was not working anymore in Vallejo.
Mm-hmm.
She was not working, but when she came to Europe, then they went back to Vallejo for, I think it was a month, to
Yes.
working again with patients.
Yes.
And that is what I still believe till today.
Yeah.
All instructors should work with patients. And not
Absolutely.
only 4 or 5 hours a week,
Yeah.
but yeah, not being only in scientific work.
Yeah.
And in
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you have to keep contact with your patients.
Yeah.
That
The
is,
clinical experience is only hands-on patient, right?
yeah, of course, but also working with patients and not
Yeah.
only working scientific or
Yes.
studies or
Yes.
whatever it is.
Mm.
And I hope this will be one of the main points in the IPNFA, also in the future, that
Mm-hmm.
we have instructors who really work hands-on with patients.
Yeah.
And I would
Absolutely.
say at least 50% of their time. That
Yeah.
is what I would.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, so was great. I have the chance to meet Sue also a few times in Vallejo in my courses and so on. And I really don't know when we changed the system, but in 1990, when I was finishing as a IPNFA instructor, it was still the same situation that we were 6 people get tested in this basic course. So it's totally different like now. Regularly, we only have 2 ICC candidates, and yeah, former times it was 6. But we change everything. The whole world is changing. But you are totally right. The good things we need to keep on, and the good things is that we treat our patient and not only during the courses. Yeah, I'm
yeah, yeah,
totally
yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm totally with you. So we have to find a solution in the IPNFA because we have this rule that they need to treat patient, but there is not really a control, we can say.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as I remember, so was a number of hours fixed in the IPNFA that you have to treat patients over 1 year.
Yes.
But it was not so many hours, maybe 150 hours or something like this.
300, I
And
think. Hmm.
pardon?
I think
Pardon?
300 hours. It's not that much. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mm.
there's no control of it, and
No,
I think
no.
it is a responsibility
Yes,
of the candidate if he fulfills this rule
yes,
and really work on himself and not, as I said before, behind books and behind computer and all these
yes,
things.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. So when we talk about the IPNFA, I said in the beginning you served for a long time, many, many years for the IPNFA. So you start as a treasure in the year 1990 when we have the official grounding of the IPNFA, and you did this for amazingly 12 years. So
I think I don't remember. I don't listed it up.
yes,
So if you say it,
yes, yes.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
written in our minutes. So it's good to
uh,
have the
yeah.
minutes. So if we forget something, we can read back and then see what is this. So this is really amazing that you did this for such a long time. And I talked with Louise already. I have the interview with Louise, and she was the first president. So you worked a long time together. Is there anything you would like to say, or maybe have a story? We say also people need fun. So maybe there's a special thing you remember on your time as a treasure, or was it only hard work? What would you say?
No, it wasn't so hard work, but in the beginning we were only a few members of the IPNFA,
Yeah,
and later it became more and more and more. And
remember.
in
Yeah.
that time, we didn't not pay the money for over internet or whatever.
Yes.
All people came with a check, or they came
Yes.
with money, and they put it on the table, and then I had to make a list, and later on I had to work this out. And
Yes.
I'm really happy that we have now a new way for paying.
Yeah.
And yeah, the IPNFA is growing and growing and growing.
Mm-hmm.
So the task nowadays of the treasurer is much more hardworking as in my time.
Yeah.
And funny history. Yes, a funny history was, we in Holland we have all a bike.
Okay.
Everybody in Holland have one bike, two bikes,
Yes.
whatever it is. And
Yes.
our minister president, well known in Europe, Rutte, he comes every day on his bike to the parliament
Aha.
with an apple, eating. And when we had a meeting in Holland
Instructor.
and Brunswick,
Yeah.
our treasurer, Frits Westerholt, came with his little suitcase on a bike. And this I remember very well. And this I find very funny. So yeah,
Yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes. Yeah, so we can say Fritz was the treasure right after you, and
yeah.
in 2002, and he's still treasure till today. It's also amazing long time, and yeah, I hope I will also have the chance to have an interview with him because it's a really long time. But today, with all this internet paying, I think it's much easier. You have to go to the bank and bring the checks, and it needs a lot of your personal time. So I will say pretty much thank you that you served so long for the IPNFA in the beginning. So it's really great, really great. Okay, so Matt, do you like to give, let's say, the young instructors or the young PTs? You said already what it's so important for you and for your point of view, but yeah, you have any advice to our young instructors? I know they use quite often your book as a Bible.
Ah, yeah. Okay, thank you. Yes, what I would like to say is following. Uh, Nowadays in the Netherlands, when PTs treat patients, they don't use their hands anymore. It's
Mhm,
always the gym and all this hands off. I
mhm,
was in a physical therapist for my own treatment half a years ago,
mhm,
and what I saw was for me and again an eye opener when I saw people had to do such stupid exercises,
mhm.
and then I couldn't. close my mouth as usual. So I said to my physical therapist, what is the meaning of this
Yes.
exercise? Yeah, treating the hip abductors for more stability.
Mm-hmm.
And the patient was lying on his side with 30, 40 degrees hip flexion and was lifting his leg.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, in which situation you use his hip
Yeah.
abductors? Yeah, in the stance phase.
Yeah.
So do you see a patient in a stance phase with 30, 50 degrees of hip flexion? So, but it was also all hands off and stupid things. I would say to the young PTs, not only hands on, not only hands off, but your hands are the most important
Yes.
instrument you have
Yes.
to facilitate what you want to facilitate. And
Absolutely.
that is what I like. I liked very much on the PNF concept.
Yeah.
We could do it with simple things, with
Yes.
simple things.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, all this stuff in the gym,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes one direction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for me, it's not the way to treat patients.
Absolutely. Yeah, great, great. We feel with our hands, and if we cannot feel our patient, how can we
Now,
really treat? Yes. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and again, with our hands, we can facilitate three-dimensional movements,
Yes.
and we can give much more stability as we can use our hands and our patient. But again, not only hands on, not only hands off.
Yes.
PNF is not the only concept. There
Yeah.
are much more good concepts. You
Yes.
can combine it,
Yes.
use it when you can use it, when you should use it. That
Yes.
is my
Yeah.
message to the
Yeah.
young people. And I know we have a lot of very motivated, high motivated instructors.
Yeah.
And we always have, we will have very much motivated physical therapists who would
Yeah.
like to learn this
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah.
So let's teach it in a good way.
Yes. So I would say, or I try to say all the time to my participants, or like you ask for what you are doing this. I mean, if this person is walking like Monty Python, maybe he need this kind of bending in the hip. But this is not a typical daily life situation. And this is the
Yeah,
beauty on PNF, that we are
yeah,
really orientated on the daily life situation for this patient. And you treat for a long time also with paraplegic patient. So you have another thinking, another strategy, like a PT is only working with orthopedic. But I think what it's also very important that the PNF concept is based on the normal motor development. And this is the great stuff that we are orientating on this daily life situation, on the healthy human being. But then we have to adapt when you have a handicap, right? And you specialized in this clinic in Hunsbrück. And I remember on the meeting on your treatment approach. So, yeah, so great. So great.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Matt,
That's nice.
yeah,
Okay.
anything else you like to tell us?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So I would like to say thank you very much for joining this and give us the information. I see my task to really keep this for the next generation, because my feeling is when I'm teaching and telling some stories, they are really like to hear these stories, but we need to have it as long we can originally. And you are so well known all over the world because of your book. So thank you very much. I'm very happy to know you.
Maybe one last thing. Uh, Self-reflection to
Aha.
myself. I know that I was there were a lot of nowadays PNF instructors who were working together with me in courses where I had to evaluate them. And I know that I'm quite strictly in judging,
Yes.
and I know from instructors nowadays that they didn't like me as a instructor to judge because I was maybe for some of them too strict.
Yeah.
But I still believe till today that I did it from how do I say how do I say
You never,
it was never a personal thing,
yes, never
but it
unfair.
was yes, never unfair.
Mm.
And uh, I didn't agree sometimes that I always saw on the list of the instructors or the candidates good, 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 good,
Yeah.
good, and
Yeah.
at least they come to the end of their education as an instructor, and then they have a problem because
Yeah.
it was not good enough.
Yes.
And then I say also to our colleagues, be
Mhm.
fair and judge in a
Yeah.
in a fair way.
Yes, and you are totally right. I'm the same opinion. We learn the most from our mistakes. And if you have
Mhm.
only good, 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 you are not self reflecting. And the self reflecting is so important till the end. Till the end. I'm saying all the time, I can learn from my young colleagues, from my young instructors, because they are much better in research, whatever. Yeah. But this is the reason why we older ones needs to help them hands on. This is our main quality, I would like to say, right?
We have to have quality. That's a
Yes,
good word, what you said.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
And that is our task from
Yeah,
the younger instructors now.
yes,
That is the task of the younger instructors.
yes, yes.
Okay, Kitty, thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much. Thank you very much. And
You too.
looking forward to see you somewhere next time. Yes.
Okay.